What's up, everybody? This is Tech G back with another video to help you successfully pass the CompTIA Security Plus certification exam. So let's get into it. In this video, we're diving into an important topic for the CompTIA Security Plus exam: the security implications of proper hardware, software, and data asset management. Asset management is more than just keeping track of your inventory. It's about ensuring security at every stage of an asset's life cycle. So let's break it down step by step, starting with the acquisition or procurement process. So when you think about procurement, you might imagine shopping for hardware or software. But in cybersecurity, it's a little more nuanced. The acquisition phase sets the stage for everything that follows. So here are some of the key considerations. The first one is vendor vetting. So before buying hardware or software, you need to vet the vendor. Are they reputable? Do they follow industry security standards? So for example, if you're purchasing IoT devices, you'll want to ensure they support encrypted communications and regular firmware updates. Next is security features. So consider the security features of the product. Does the software include multi-factor authentication or logging capabilities? Does the hardware come with tamper-proof mechanisms? Assessing these features ensures your assets can integrate securely into your environment. Next, we have what is called supply chain risk management. So supply chains, they can be a source of vulnerabilities. Counterfeit or malicious components, they can compromise your entire network. So you always want to verify the origin and integrity of the components that you procure. And then we have contractual terms. So you want to negotiate contracts that include security-specific clauses, such as patch management, incident response support, and data ownership rights. And these agreements, they can save you a lot of headaches down the road. All right, so next up is assignment and accounting. So once you've acquired your assets, you need a strategy for assigning ownership and tracking accountability. So let's break it down into two parts. We have ownership and classification. So ownership, this is all about defining responsibility. Every asset, whether it's a server, a database, or an application, should have a clear owner. This is the person or team responsible for maintaining and securing the asset. And here's why this matters. So without ownership, security tasks, they can fall through the cracks. Asset owners can enforce access controls and monitor usage. And owners, they are accountable for ensuring compliance with policies. So for example, let's say a laptop is assigned to a specific employee. That employee must ensure it's updated, secured, and used in line with company policies. All right, next we have what is called classification, which is equally important. So not all assets are created equal, and their sensitivity determines the level of security they require. And common classifications include the following. We have what is called a public classification. This is data that can be freely shared, like marketing materials. We have private classifications. This is internal information like company emails. We have sensitive classifications. This is data requiring extra protection like trade secrets or intellectual property. And then we have critical classifications. These are assets vital to operations, such as financial databases or network infrastructure. So by classifying assets, you can allocate security resources more effectively. Critical assets, for instance, they might require 24/7 monitoring and advanced encryption. All right, now that assets are assigned and classified, let's talk about monitoring and asset tracking. So keeping tabs on your assets isn't just about knowing what you have, it's about protecting what you have. So let's talk about inventory. So inventory management, this starts with maintaining an up-to-date list of all hardware, software, and data assets. This isn't a one and done task. It requires regular updates. And the reason why is because an untracked asset is a potential security risk. So for example, unmonitored software, they might miss critical updates, and forgotten hardware, they could become a backdoor for attackers. So you want to use tools like configuration management databases or asset management software to automate inventory updates and reduce human error. All right, next we have what is called enumeration. So enumeration, this goes a step further by identifying all systems and devices on your network. So think of it as a digital census. And this process includes detecting unauthorized devices, identifying outdated software versions, and spotting configuration mismatches. So tools like vulnerability scanners and network discovery tools, they can help with enumeration. So for instance, if you find an IoT device using outdated firmware, you can take action before it is exploited. All right. And finally, every asset has an end of life and proper disposal. This is critical for maintaining security. So let's break this down into 4 key steps. You have sanitization, destruction, certification, and data retention. Let's talk about sanitization. So sanitization, this ensures that data is wiped clean from an asset before it is retired. And this is especially important for devices like hard drives and smartphones. Some of the methods include software-based wiping, which overwrites data multiple times to ensure it is unrecoverable. And then we have what is called degaussing, and this uses a magnetic field to erase data from storage media. Also, you always want to confirm that the sanitization process aligns with industry standards like NIST 800-88. Another method is called destruction. So sometimes wiping isn't enough, especially for highly sensitive data. That's where physical destruction comes in. So shredding hard drives, burning CDs, or pulverizing storage media. This ensures that data can never be retrieved. Also, we have certification. So after sanitization or destruction, certification, this provides proof that the asset was securely disposed of. This is especially important for compliance purposes. You might need to provide documentation during audits to demonstrate that you've handled data responsibly. And finally, we have what is called data retention policies. So not all data should be deleted immediately. So for example, regulatory frameworks like GDPR or HIPAA, they might require you to retain certain records for a specific period. So balancing retention with privacy and security is key in this area. All right, so there you have it. We've walked through the entire life cycle of an asset from procurement to disposal and highlighted these security considerations at every step. Asset management isn't just a box to check. It's a foundational part of your organization's security strategy. So as you prepare for the Security Plus exam, remember to focus on the why behind these processes. Why do we classify assets? Why do we track inventory? Why do we certify asset disposal? Understanding these principles will not only help you pass the exam, but also make you a more effective security professional. All right, now with all of that being said, let's do some of this check on learning. So the first question is, what is the primary security risk during the acquisition procurement process of hardware or software? Is it incorrect inventory tracking? Is it data retention violations? Is it introduction of vulnerabilities or backdoors? Or is it insufficient sanitization of old hardware? And the correct answer is it is an introduction of vulnerabilities or backdoors. So during the acquisition procurement process, hardware or software may come from untrusted sources or lack proper security standards, potentially introducing vulnerabilities or backdoors into the organization. This emphasizes the need to procure from reputable vendors and perform thorough security evaluations. All right, next question. Which of the following is a key benefit of maintaining an accurate inventory of IT assets? Is it improved software performance? Is it easier identification of end-of-life systems? Is it reduction in hardware costs? Or is it the elimination of all insider threats? And the correct answer is it offers easier identification of end-of-life systems. So an accurate inventory, this helps organizations identify outdated or unsupported systems, which are often vulnerable to attacks. This enables timely updates, replacements, or decommissioning to mitigate risk. While inventory contributes to better security management, it does not directly eliminate all insider threats or improve software performance. And our final question, which process ensures that sensitive data on decommissioned hardware is rendered irretrievable before disposal? Is it enumeration, data retention, sanitization, or asset classification? And the correct answer is sanitization. So sanitization, this involves securely erasing sensitive data from decommissioned hardware to prevent unauthorized recovery. Methods include overriding, degaussing, or physical destruction. Asset classification and enumeration, they are related to tracking and categorizing assets, while data retention, this focuses on storing data for compliance.